Welcome back in, everyone. This is episode 28 of the 1950s survival, going from $0 to $10 million. And fun fact, this is actually the second time I'm doing episode 28. Last time I did episode 28, I forgot to make sure my mic was on. Yeah, so the whole 2 to 3 hours I was recording, my mic was off. I don't know how I missed that. I mean, obviously it lights up, but it was turned off on the settings in OBS. So let's go ahead and give a little recap here. That's why I got it down to 1x speed right now. We're going to give a little recap. I'm not 100% sure what all changed, but I do know I got a chicken coop now with some food in it. It only holds, I believe, like 15 or 1400 liters. Not very much at all. There's the chicken coop. There's a nice little road there. And then we'll run really fast. Got trees over here. Got this big, huge harvest all done. And we'll see exactly how much we get out of there here in just a second. Oh, might as well fire this back up, I guess. But as of right now, 154,167 liters of straw. Quite a bit of straw, and quite a bit's getting missed there. I think I figured out why, but no big deal, right? We'll just go ahead and start that back up right there where it's at, and should be good, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Where the heck are you going? Not too sure on that one. All right, got that all up and going perfectly fine now, so let's see where we're at here. Looks like we got about 7,000 liters of barley inside here, making some flour right now. Also, the oats are over here. We had a little bit of oats left over in our silo over here, our little storage area. Took them over there, and then barley over here. 35,180 liters. That is actually quite a bit of liters of barley. And there's a reason I'm keeping so much, because we got to feed those chickens. Let's see exactly how much those chickens require. We can look in here with this animal calculator thingy-majig, but 23,200 liters. That's obviously going to fluctuate some here and there depending on birth and all that stuff. I believe the whole pen is completely full. 100 chickens are in there, so I wanted to keep about 30,000 liters. Obviously I'm over that. I could probably take some more over there, make some more flour. No big deal, but I do got to figure out some way to make sure I keep enough feed in stock every single year for those chickens. Okay, I believe we are actually ready to go ahead and crank that back up to 5x speed. Now, this episode here, I really want to focus on getting more animals for this 1950s farming. We do have every animal pen over there besides the pigs, which we'll get to the pigs eventually. We're kind of working towards that because of our large fields over here. These large fields over here are going to start making the ingredients for the pig food production, so we can actually get some pigs in. I guess we can get some right now and just feed them some of that barley or something like that, but I don't like doing that. I just like making the pig food and then giving the pig food to them so I know they're at 100% efficiency. So that's what we're going to do. All that straw's done picking up, and I just wanted to make sure I'm not missing anything here where any of these pens actually require using straw. Looks like none of them do. Okay, that's fine with me, I guess. I did notice we got a little issue with some hay over here. I thought I took hay over there. Maybe I didn't. Let's see if I got some hay somewhere. I do got a couple options for this straw. I can just put it in storage, or I can put it over here in our mix and silo thing, which is that little red building directly in front of me. And I think I'm going to do that. Maybe we'll end up starting to use this straw towards making some TMR or making some other products. I'm not 100% sure yet. Either way, I know I can take it out after I put it in there, so I'm not too worried about it. And plus, I did say more animals. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to use the same animal pen. Maybe I'm going to go with a different animal pen. And this is not the unload point. I keep messing that up over and over again. Maybe I'll get it down one day. This right here is the unload point. I swear I'll get it down one day. Been messing this up ever since getting this thing in here. So I'm looking into a few more pastures. Mainly I want to up the amount of cows I have and up the amount of sheep I have. Obviously I can do that with a little edit of the XML file, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Now I can also go ahead and get a bigger pen of some sort. That's going to cost more money. Well, actually, you know what? It costs a little less money. Let's look at it real quick. It's actually this one for $5,000, and it does cost less money, but it takes up a huge amount of space, and it does have the amount of cows I really want to have. I don't know if I want to go with it or not. I'm a little worried once I put it in here, it is going to do some crazy terraforming to the ground. I don't know how well that's going to work out, and I'm really not looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and get these trees removed right here, get them loaded up, get them sold off, because $9,736, yeah, that's not that much money at all, and that's not going to get us to buying these actual cows, because I'd like to have at least half the pen full, and this one holds 100. So we will give this one a try. Why not? Well, you know what? I can think of a few reasons why not, but oh well. I actually thought these trees were a lot bigger, but I'm just going to go through deleting them instead of actually cutting them down and moving over to a sell point or a production. They're really not that big, not worth much money, not worth many liters either. But man, this is a crazy hill. I really hope it doesn't do anything to the ground, but there's one way I can double check, make sure I don't mess anything up too much. That is to go ahead and save it real quick, and I can back out if it does mess it up too much. So let me save it and try to place it down. Also, another little tactic here to make sure you don't mess too much up is to actually turn off the autosave. But with me just now saving it, it's not going to autosave anytime soon. I don't know exactly when my intervals are set up, but we're going to go with this right here. Oh, sweet puppy dogs. Heck yeah, I went with the hill. Oh man, I'm so happy about that. I may have went outside the zone though, maybe, possibly. I don't know. That does not look very straight with this direction. Looks like it's a little crooked. Oh well, it's fine with me. How do I turn those off? Those little poles sticking up. I ain't liking that too much. especially a floating pole over here. Well, I'm not seeing a way to turn those little poles off, so I guess we're gonna have to deal with the floating pole, I think, possibly. But we got our little loading area over here. That's looking pretty nice. Water, food, and what is that? The unload point for the milk. That is real awesome as well. What do we got? We got power out here? Cool, I'll take it. Whatever. And then some animals we got to put in there. But of course, we don't have enough money for those animals. And hopefully they don't go inside the ground. Hopefully they kind of float around, or not float around, but they walk on the actual ground. Now with this floating stick over here, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do there. Let me check this one out. It's not floating. This one, I may raise the ground up, or you know what? I got an idea. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This is my idea. Let's just put a rock there. I think that's going to do pretty good. Looks like it's kind of coming out of the rock. Why not? Time to get back out there cutting down trees. I want to remove this little section of trees right here because we do own most of this land right here, and I plan on putting in something here eventually, either sheds or productions. Most likely sheds for those further fields down there in that distance. Those new ones that's going to help with our pig production. I can't remember if I put these trees in last episode on the broken episode 28. But hey, we got some trees in here. I did mention I want to plant them, but I just went ahead and placed them in with the decorations tree tool or whatever. No planting involved here. That's why they're already growing all the way up there. So I can't remember what type of trees those were, elm or oak or something like that. But I do know those trees are native to this area, so they are fine, good to go. All these trees over here are cut down. Let's get them all loaded up and then sold off. See how much money we make there. I got a feeling it's not going to be much. There's only a few big trees mixed in there, a lot of small ones. Well, that was very surprising. There's actually more on the ground, and it's showing this is already full. And I guess I'll go ahead and say, hey, this is full. It's up to that headache rack thing at the top of it, so that's good enough. Let's go get this sold off, come back for the little bit that's left on the ground. I really think it's only like 2 or 3 pieces. Probably could get it to fit in there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. We'll get 2 sales here. Here we go. First trailer of the episode. Let's see what we make here. That's $22,204 plus a $793 environmental score reward. Now that environmental score reward has actually dropped quite a bit after I put in those new fields there. I believe 4 new fields. Gosh, I really can't remember. Let's get an aerial view on this. Yes, 4 new fields. 1 big one here, this one off to the side, and then these 2 down here at the bottom. So if I can remember correctly, I know this long, narrow, skinny strip was going to be potatoes because I don't want to do too much potato work. I mean, whoever wants to do that, right? At least I think I might be doing potatoes there. Possibly, possibly not. I don't know. I think I might need more potatoes. After looking over the top here, trying to figure out exactly how much I had left on the ground there, I realized I only got these 3 pieces. Now, I did say 3 is probably what I have, 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said something small in that number, and I said might as well make 2 sales, but I'm not going to make a second sell here, at least not yet. $26,734. I think that's going to be good enough to possibly buy a bunch of baby cows. Let's see how cheap or expensive those things are. Before I do buy those calves, I want to go ahead and start filling up the pen to make sure they got food. This is TMR here. This was actually sitting at our other cow pen, and that's why it's at a partial amount. Water is filled up all the way. That's 25,000 liters of water. Pretty nice. I like that. Hopefully it's enough. We'll see how fast they go through it, but the water's pretty easy to refill. I'm not too worried about that. The hard part is refilling the food because of how small these capacities on these trailers are. I may have to mod one or up that somehow. So if y'all couldn't remember, I actually have 2 trailers here. One of them I bought on accident because I didn't realize I had the other one. But there's some sort of hitch on the back of this. I was hoping it would work, but it doesn't seem to be giving me the option. Maybe I'm just a little too far over. Really hope that would work. Daisy chain these together, make less trips, you know, all that good stuff. And come on, really? That's not working. That's interesting. Maybe I can hook it up the other way around. I'll give that a try. Maybe it's got to be the same exact trailer because I can see a little hitch on the back of this one. Also on the back of this other one is another hitch. So I'm just thinking it's got to be the same exact one. Well, that's too easy. I think I can figure this out and run them both at the same time utilizing the follow me mod. Let me get one of these tractors following me. I'll fill them both up, drive them over there, and then empty them both out over there. 2 at once. Better than 1, right? Now there is an even easier way I could do this and set it up, and that is using the auto drive. I probably will eventually end up setting that up so I don't have to do this over and over again, or the fact that I don't have to mod one of these and get a little cheaty with it. I guess it'd be not cheaty if I ended up hiring a worker to do it over and over again and have it done automatically. But 4,000 liters inside this one, this might be our largest one. Where's that other tractor at? Should be behind me. What the heck happened to it? Did it get lost? I don't see it on the mini map. Oh wait, there it is. It's just mixed in there so much. I was looking for that little worker icon on the mini map. But yeah, I just got to stop right where it needs to fill in there, and then I can hit the button on that tractor and we're good to go. Hopefully I didn't pull too far forward, but I should be able to jump in here and just hit the button. And yes, I did pull too far forward. That's too easy. All I got to do is just undo the worker, back up, hit the button, fill it up, all that good stuff. And let's see how much this one holds. Oh, this one holds 4750. Okay, I guess this is the one with the max amount. And then I'll fire back up that follow me mod once again, and there we go. We got a nice female worker in there helping us out. Heck yeah, we just said that's my wife, right? Husband and wife out here running this farm, making it big and popular, right? Now, I do not have any road out here heading up to the little feed area. I think I might end up making like a little dirt path one with the tire tracks or something like that instead of a graveled out one, because I mean, I don't want these cows roaming across this gravel. Really no big deal. They're not going to be fenced in. They're basically just going to be free ranged out there because I don't feel like building a fence or anything. I think the fence is actually free. I may have that mod out there where it is free, and that one is struggling back there to keep up, but it's all good. I'm waiting for this to empty out. By the time it gets caught up, I'll have this one out of the way, and then bam, empty that other one out. Keep repeating over and over again until it's full. I'm gonna go ahead and set up this auto drive course like I mentioned. One thing that does worry me is these roads are very narrow, so I don't know if these are going to be able to drive side by side each other. We'll see what happens, see if it gets caught up. While these are running, I can easily be out there doing other work, like cut down some more trees, making more money, stuff like that. Got that worker off and going now. Let's see if it actually works, and I have no idea how much this pen holds as far as food goes, but that's not the only worker I'm going to have going. I'm going to have 2 of them going. May even go ahead and buy 2 more trailers or 3 more trailers and get all the tractors out there going, because I think this might take a while. Second worker off and going, and I do need to make sure these points actually work. They don't always line up as well whenever you drive it yourself first, blah, 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 but sometimes they do good. Let's go ahead and look inside here. We're going to go with some different cows possibly, maybe? I don't know. Hold on, wait, what do I got over here? Looks like I got a bunch of limousines in here. Somebody did tell me that the limousines did not provide milk. I'm a little worried about that, so maybe not try limousines this time around. And I got no milk coming in here, but they are still just calves, so I won't be able to see that. A little worried on that one. Maybe my animal enhanced mod might work and provide the milk possibly. So I really worried on that. Oh well, let's get something different though. We're going to start with 50 calves. Why not? You know what? I'm thinking about just going for the full 100. Hold on one second. Yeah, let's just go for the full 100. 100 calves. They'll end up having babies later. They'll sell off automatically. We'll get a good amount of money from that. That's pretty nice. I was thinking about moving them around myself and everything, but once I get into these larger amounts of animals, it's going to be pretty hard to move, especially in the 1950s. I think there is a trailer or something out there that I can move like 1 or 2 cows at a time, possibly. Plus, there's the herdsman stick where I can act like I'm walking them from pen to pen, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just buy 100 of these, $15,000. That is awesome. Now that I got actual cows in here, I can see them roaming up here on the hillside and everything. Hopefully they don't run away, which they won't. Pretty cool that way, I guess. I have had to chase down a few cows a time or two, and I tell you what, it's no fun. But currently 16,527 liters in there. Let's see exactly how much food they do require as calves, of course. So they will go up quite a bit more later on. So I went with the brown Swiss this time instead of the limousine. Looks like each year they want 707,000 liters of food. We have 500,000 something liters in stock, and obviously that number is going to keep going up and up with all the grass harvest we do. So I was concerned that 500 and something thousand liters was way too much, but I'm starting to see that it's not enough, because that food requirement's going to go up as they become adults and start giving birth. And what are you doing, you little brown nose, are you? Yeah, it looks like they got stuck here. I didn't get no warning or anything saying they were stuck. I kind of made my turn wrong here and just overcorrected myself a little too much there. Let's get this up out of the way, and then I'll think they'll be good to run and roll themselves. Yep, this is exactly what I was talking about. These points don't always do the best, and plus I guess I'm just not the best at it either, so it could be operator error more than anything. I wasn't paying attention too much, and they stopped way before that point. Let me move that point up a little bit, and should work. After a few little adjustments, finally got it working. Now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can buy another trailer or 2 with this $11,000 we have left over, and then get them out there going. Main reason why is because we're nowhere near halfway full or nowhere near full. I'm going to just take a little guesstimate here, saying probably 30,000, 40,000 is halfway. We're going to be close to 100,000 liters of food in this thing that we're going to need. Now with these workers going, there goes the second one already. It may not take as long as I thought it would. You know what? Let's hold off on that. Let's just go cut down some trees, because I got nothing else to do this month. Next month, we got a grass harvest to do, and then after that, we got to wait another month or 2, and then we got some more planting to do, a whole lot of planting to do. Maybe I should save my money for that. I'm not sure if those 4 planters we have over there is going to be enough. I'm an idiot. So I ended up moving this trailer out of the way earlier, and then I came back over here and realized, hey, I moved it right in the way again. I was going to try to bring it over here and get it parked in here, but I got distracted with the fact that those were not loading up. So yeah, no, mistakes were made every single second of this episode, and also the last recording of episode 28. Maybe this is just a very unlucky number for me. Watch this video only get like 10 views. Got another load of logs here. These ones are a lot bigger because I'm back here in the dense forested area where those bigger, wider trees are and everything like that. I do have those little 3 that was left from that small area I cleared out earlier right there in the bottom. That's fine. All good. Looks like I could pack a few more in here, but whatever. It's all good. Let's get it sold off and see how much money that takes us up to. Really want to kind of get out of the whole tree business thing. It's taking up a lot of my time. I may need to look at getting into some sort of automatic tree production type thing, or just go over to the greenhouse route, which is pretty easily done as well, and automatic, of course. Looking in the background there, looks like these tractors are still moving. One's leaving the little fill area, one's just leaving the cow pen area. That is awesome. Glad they're working, having no issues. I got a feeling it's probably almost full. I haven't checked yet though. I really think this is going to be a huge sell. Let's see what that is, and that's $25,084 plus a $896 environmental score reward. Okay, well, you know, I was thinking more like 30,000. Oh well, that's fine. Let's go with it. It did end up taking us up to 37,000 though. That's pretty nice. Definitely need a lot more though if I want to buy some more land, and I never mentioned anything about buying land, but if I want to get into that automatic tree production I was talking about, I'm going to need more land for that because we are running out of land pretty fast, especially with this new large cow pen I got in. You know, I never actually checked that whole food thing, just got that stuff sold off and came right back out here. Let's see exactly where that food is at for those cows. That's pretty nice how you can see all that stuff from out here. It is very nice because it looks like 80,000 liters is probably the capacity. We're at 75,711 liters in that one. Need to set up little drive-in routes for each one of these animals as well. That way it can make it a little easier for me. Now, I did mention this whenever I filled up this pen on that episode where my mic was turned off. I'm going to have to fill this one up twice. I got to fill it up before going to bed because daily food requirement's 2,000 and this thing only holds like 1,400 or 1,500, something like that. Not looking good. I don't like that. Rolling in now with another trailer full here. This is looking real good and real promising. Not only is this trailer looking real good and real promising, it's looking like the last one for this episode. Sold that off right there for $26,411 plus a 943 environmental score reward. That environmental score is really bothering me. I'm so used to it being up there over 1,000, over 2,000. I think it was over 2,000 previously. And the reason that's the last trailer for this episode is because I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. We got us a lot more cows on the farm now, and it is full of food. I'm sure it's pretty full now. I'm gonna have to set up some other routes out there for these other animals. That way we can keep them fed a lot easier than me having to take time out of my regular schedule to go do that. I don't know. I got to figure out how to multitask here and multitask real fast, really well, because I'm by myself. I did think about opening this up to multiplayer a time or two, but it's kind of hard to find time to meet up with other people to get on this map together. Oh well. Either way, I do want to thank y'all so much for stopping in and watching. It means a whole lot. If y'all haven't already, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If y'all got any tips, tricks, or suggestions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section because they're always welcome. Very much appreciate it and very much need it. And until next time, y'all take care.